Hi, hello, how are you? And welcome back to another video. We're looking at an odd lot, and this is not a speed build or anything like that, but you already know what this is based on the title. So, well, let me begin with what this game was going to be. Let's just mosey on through. So I have the debug cheat on, right? Because we just got like 1,000 new items, and I was like, great, bring on the plants. But that's not what happened, because you want to see what's in debug for plants. Look, that's it. And most of it's strange reveal stuff. And get to work stuff that we already had. I don't even know if any of this is new. So that's disappointing, because you know that that Monstera that isn't the one we have, but that's in all the landscaping in Solani. I was really hoping for it. So while you guys are excited about cars and boats, I was getting really excited for that plant, and I had my little heart broken. So, that was the video I was going to do, but instead we're going to do my top 10 current plants. Why? Why not? And you might be wondering, what the heck is this mess? Well, I was going to put them all behind these really big walls so I could reveal them, but then I realized if I just put them in a room, it blacked them out. And even if you might be able to tell what these are, I think it's cool to reveal them. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go in reverse order, 10 to 1 of my current top 10. And these aren't necessarily my favorites, but I will explain why they're in my top 10 right now. So first up is a debug plant, and it is this one from Salvador. Is this one cheating? Probably, because it's multiple plants. We've got these flowers, we've got these trailing fern things, we've got these, we've got some Monstera, we've got some tall grass, we've got all of it. There's Pokemon in there, don't worry. Which is part of why I made it number 10. But this, as a builder, is a holy grail plant. Why? Because if you don't like landscaping, I mean, I do love landscaping, but if you don't, or you don't think you're good at it, or for whatever reason, or if you just need something really dense, this plant has your back. And it's honestly lovely. And you can pop like a palm tree in there. Boom, done. Dense jungle, ready to go. So that's number 10. Number 9. It's the llama. Super simple topiary guy, but I think he deserves a place in our hearts in the top 10, because if you ever want to add something eccentric to a yard, or if you have Sims that are like really fancy and so they need a topiary and you want to do something fun and not just those like rounded tree things, the llama's got your back. And I prefer the llama, honestly, to the elephants and the cat and the dog. So, yeah, llama is at number 9. You can fight me on that one. Number 8 is this gorgeous cactus from Strangerville, of course. Where did all our cactuses come from? I think it's just a nice cactus. And, see, it has flowers. If you want some flowers, but you want a cactus, boom, done. Also, I love the cactuses because there's things that you could easily scale down, like so, and uses houseplants. So I think that's a fun thing. That's a fun time. This you can't really turn into a houseplant. This doesn't make a lot of sense as a houseplant, but like power to you. But the cactuses work really well. Moving on to number 7. Bam! The banana tree. Why? Why not? Well, where did the banana tree come from? Is it new? No, the banana tree is from Salvador. For a second I was like, is it from Solani? I haven't used, admittedly, the banana tree a lot, but here's the deal. Banana trees are great. Why? Because they can be house plants. I know people that keep banana trees in their house. They can be outdoor plants. And guess what? They are not confined to jungle spaces, because banana trees, I am a plant nerd, if you didn't know. I have 200 house plants. Banana trees are really popular ornamental plants everywhere. So if you want to put a banana tree in, I don't know, Willow Creek, hello, banana trees are perfect. You can put a banana tree in your Willow Creek yard. You can put a banana tree in Salvador. You can put a banana tree in Sulani. They'll love it anywhere. And it's great. And it's a fun, small tree. Because sometimes when you go for a regular tree, like a tree like this, but it's small, they don't look right. But this tree, meant to be small and fun. So that's why it is number 7 in my countdown. Let's jump to number 6, which is my favorite number, but I guess, this isn't my favorite plant. But I do love it. Look, it's another cactus. Boom! This plant, why is this plant number 6? Because it's a great plant. One, it's a cactus, which is great. Lots of shapes, lots of texture, adds so much interest to anywhere you put it, honestly. This, if you wanted to upscale a pot or even just pop one of the... Here, let's take a look. Let's go here. Let's click objects by function. Let's go to activities and skills. I always think there should be an outdoor section, but there's not. Like, just, I mean, this is here, but you know what I mean. And look, boom, you could grow your cactus in that. You could scale up some things. You could grow a cactus in this. That's some... Oh, I'm just placing a bunch of them. This, if this isn't yard decor, I don't know what it is. Tell me that's not amazing. So look, versatile. This one you could also scale down really tiny, and it looks like a little cactus. And there are smaller cactuses that look like this and grow this size. Isn't that fun? So that A+ cactus. And again, you could use it kind of anywhere. I mean, I don't know how married you guys are to the aesthetics of the world you're building in, but that's something I consider, especially when I'm working on my save. How does the build fit into the world around it? So this cactus gets an A from me. Next up in number 5 are... I mean, we could have guessed. We could have been like, hey, Veronica's going to add the low-lying pale yellow flowers because she uses them all the time. Why isn't this number 1? Because it's kind of a lame plant in that it's really generic. But that makes it a great filler plant for window baskets, for filling under bushes and things when you don't want to put like a mulch texture, for putting around trees so they don't look so bare, for using for overgrown yards, manicured yards, ponds, lakes, whatever you're building. These are such great flowers, and so we can't leave them out of the countdown, and that's why they are on the higher end. And they're great. Look at them, these little flowers. I honestly saw something that looked similar to this just growing outside the other day. I was like, oh, low-lying pale yellow flowers. And there they were. But next, we gotta move on. Obviously, you can tell what this one is from the outside, probably from the start, but it had to include it because, this, get out of here, is one of my favorite plants that came with Island Living. Because we've had palm trees. Whatever. Screw palm trees. I mean, I say that with the most love for palm trees in my heart. I live at a beach. I've grown up by the beach. I love a palm tree, especially a coconut palm. You know, just don't park under it unless you have coconut insurance. That's a thing. But I just love the lean to this palm tree. It's so organic. It's so nice. You could imagine so many things, so many stories for the life of this tree, and that's important to me. People also, if you're interested in custom content, I know a lot of people have used this tree to make a swing. So if you want a tree swing and you're into CC, bam, this is your tree. It's just a beautiful, really well thought out palm tree, because we have this same kind of palm tree from Island Living standing straight up. You know what? Not even remotely as interesting as this. You want to add something fun to your beach house? Bam! Leaning palm tree. And let's climb it to number 2. I'm sure you could have guessed. Number 2. How is this not number 1? We'll get to that with number 1. But here we have, I think they call it a Swiss cheese plant. Here, I'll show you. Let's click. Yep, the Swiss cheese plant. And it came with Selvadorada, of course. I like tropical plants. What can I say? But it's lovely. Look at this. Technically IRL Monstera. I have 3 Monsteras, and they are great plants. And obviously, the way they've got it is it's a ground cover. It goes outside. They have it in the jungles. They have it in Sulani, but you can't get that one. But this is also a plant like that larger cactus over here that you could put in a pot, because you can have a Monstera this big in your home. Like, that's real life, I'm telling you. This is not just a PSA to get you to go out and buy a Monstera, but honestly, go buy a Monstera. You won't regret it. And it's also good for filling things. This works well with the pale yellow flowers. It also works well with this flower over here, if I could get my mouse to move. This one right here. Oh, too close. This one, this is an isolated plant that you can get. It doesn't have to be in this group. And see, look, you can look at them together. It works well with a lot of other plants. It plays really nice, and it's great for layering if you want a landscape. And I just really like Monsteras in real life, so of course I like them in the game. But it's not number 1. And why is that? Because number 1, bam, is this. And it's a tree from Cats and Dogs. It is just a white plain old birch tree. But this is a great tree for backyards, front yards, side yards, all the yards. It's not really a treehouse tree, but I mean, if you want to scale it up, I guess you could. Oh, not scale it up like that. Scale it up. You could maybe figure out a treehouse with it. I don't use it for treehouses. I would use something like this, or maybe something like this to build a treehouse. Something taller, something a little more thick, with 2 C's. But this tree is it's so versatile. It's not showy like this kind of tree over here are cherry blossom trees. It doesn't have any kind of lead or take up too much space or make too much of a statement like some of the oak trees and the willow trees. It's not too scraggly like some of the beech trees. It's just a perfect little tree, and I use it so often. Whenever I want a tree in a yard and I can't think of what to put, I put this tree, this birch tree. Ever since cats and dogs came out, I've just been like rolling in the birch trees, like you're like do. I'm doing the motion where you're like blinging cash, but birch trees. Just imagine. But yeah, that's my number one plant for building. But as you can see, there's a mix of plants here. We have ground cover. This one's kind of cheating, but we'll accept it. We have cacti. We have flowers. We have kind of trees. We have what would you call a monstera? A monstera. I guess it's technically a bush by what the Sims call it. And obviously, we have different categories for trees, bushes, flowers. So I mean, honestly, I could pick so many more favorites, but I'm kind of trying to think practically here. So these are my top 10 plants for builders. I don't know. So if you want to see me do more top 10s and obsess about plants, because honestly, look, we have a whole section right here. Right here, look, decorations, indoor plants. And I could rate these all day. So if you want to see what I think of more plants, if you like this, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment down below. What are your favorite? What would your top 10 be? Are any of these in your top 10? Or what kind of plants do you like to use in The Sims? Posing questions. But anyway, I'm going to let you go. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification if you're feeling snazzy. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!